All-Stars, and they're playing again in the Dizzy Dean World Series 13s, that group. But they were aggressive on the base pass. Let's see if Richard Cantrell continues that with these Huffman All-Stars. 2 balls, no strikes. D'Angelo Barber, the batter. Ramiro Salamanca on the mound. Chris Mann behind the plate. Runner goes. This one is popped up in the infield. May be out of play, may not, and the catch is not made over by the first base dugout. Salamanca sets, delivers. Swung on, and this ball is hit pretty well to left field. And that is going to be trouble. It's going to be extra bases. Cantrell will score easily. And it won't be extra bases as D'Angelo Barber slipped going around first base. Let's hope he's okay. He's holding his arm. He ripped the ball over the head of the left fielder. We can't give you the fielders' positions names right now. We'll work on that as the game goes along. But an RBI single for D'Angelo Barber brings up Anthony Williams. Anthony, the left fielder today. And a balk is called on Salamanca. A little hesitation there. So Barber moves on to second. He was going to be on the move trying to steal second anyway. So with 2 outs, now a runner in scoring position for Anthony Williams. And that one is fouled hard out of play, right field side. Salamanca sets, and he looks Barber back to second base. Pitch is delivered and it's chopped foul. Barber was on the move from second toward third. And foul tip out of the glove of Mann. It'll remain 2 strikes on Anthony Williams. Barber was on the move once again from second. 2 outs, 1 run in. Salamanca sets and delivers. Inside as Barber takes third without a throw from the catcher Chris Mann. And fouled back. Good battle here between Ramiro Salamanca and Anthony Williams at the plate. Salamanca gets the sign, sets, and delivers. Inside. Two balls, 2 strikes now. The count on Anthony Williams. 2 out, 1 run in, runner on third base. Swing and a miss. Got him. That'll strand Barber at third. However, the Huffman All-Stars come up with 1 in the top of the first, It's Huffman All Stars 1, Southhaven All Stars coming to bat. And we're back for the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off for the Southhaven All-Stars, number 24, Gavin Gary. On the mound for Huffman, Braxton Urquhart. He delivers outside ball one. What a perfect day for baseball. Sunshine, not too hot. Of course, it is early here on Saturday morning in Southhaven, Mississippi. Urquhart sets and delivers. This one is a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Good fastball there from Urquhart. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield shaded a little bit toward first base. That pitch from Urquhart outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's set the defense for the Huffman All-Stars. As we mentioned, Braxton Urquhart on the mound. Catching is Cameron Grant. Down low, full count. Around the infield from third to first. At third base, D'Angelo Barber. Shortstop, Steve Brown. Second base, Richard Cantrell. And at first base, Amar Sessions. In the outfield, in left field, Anthony Williams. Center field, David Anderson. And in right, it's Malik Grant. Payoff pitch down low, and Gavin Gary draws a leadoff walk. So this will bring up the catcher, Chris Mann. Urquhart sets and delivers. The runner goes. Throw down to second is not quite in time. Pretty good throw there from Grant. But in there safely is Gavin Gary with the stolen base. No balls, one strike to Chris Mann. Runner on second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Urquhart spins and picks off Gavin Gary from second base. Might have been napping. Didn't look like he had that big of a lead, but what a nice quick move from Braxton Urquhart and Richard Cantrell right there to slap the tag down. So a stolen base and then a pickoff. So one out here in the bottom of the first. Nobody on for Chris Mann, and he looks at one upstairs and in.
That's a great shot, I keep putting the phone down. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, look, that's perfect. Stand by 2.
Urquhart gets the sign and now delivers. Fastball, strike called. One ball, two strikes. Just down a little bit. That will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outside, this will run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second straight batter that has run the count full. Gary reached on a walk, stole second, and then was picked off at second. Payoff pitch here to Chris Mann. Upstairs, and he draws a walk. So they're certainly waiting out the pitcher, Braxton Urquhart. A pair of full count walks issued here in the bottom of the first. So now batting is the pitcher, Ramiro Salamanca. And that is up and in. Salamanca has to hit the deck. Throw over to first. Man back easily. Amar Sessions holding the runner on at first base. Outfield fairly deep here for Salamanca. Runner goes, and the throw down to second will not be in time. So Chris Mann steals second base. Up and away. That'll make the count 3 balls and no strikes. So Urquhart trying to find the strike zone here in the bottom of the first inning. Salamanca, will he have the green light? Doesn't matter. That one's in the dirt. And he will get a free pass. And now we have runners on first and second with 1 out. And this will bring up Connor Fott. We're going to have a conversation on the mound. The head coach for the Huffman All-Stars, Richard Cantrell. He's assisted by Will Sessions, Steve Brown, Charles Hawkins, and Roderick Grant. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll get to the change when we come back here in a minute. You're watching the 2018 Dizzy Dean World Series from Southhaven, Mississippi.
Hustle up, kids. Yeah, warm him up and then hustle out there and talk to him. Here you go, here you go. You ready? All right, hustle up.
The new pitcher now for the Huffman All-Stars is Richard Cantrell. He started off at second base, and Urquhart had some trouble with the first inning. He'll move out to center field, and David Anderson will move in from center to play second base. Runners on first and second for Connor Fott. First pitch, he backs out of the way, ball one. Chris Mann on second, Ramiro Salamanca on first. Fott waits, Cantrell delivers, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cantrell sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count now on Connor Fott. Changeup got him swinging. What a pitch there from Richard Cantrell. Swing and a miss from Fott, and the second out of the inning on a beautiful changeup from Richard Cantrell. This will bring up Christian Hope, number 7. Christian looks at a strike on the outside corner. I believe Christian is the third baseman. Again, we'll try to get the positions from Southhaven when we can. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Beautiful ballpark here at Snowden Grove Park. Nice batter's eye out there in center field. Cantrell sets and delivers. The runner goes from second, and the ball gets away from the catcher, Cameron Grant. The runners do move up. Well, Cantrell tried the changeup a second time here, and Hope didn't go for it, and it got away from the catcher. 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Richard Cantrell comes in and puts out the rally. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base at the end of 1 complete. The Huffman All-Stars 1, the Southhaven All-Stars nothing.
He plays t-ball. I guess my idea. Little rainbow with their curveball in. Oh, you talking about the last one? The one that he missed? Is number 2 the same pitcher that was out there? Oh, okay, cool. Is number 2 the same pitcher? Number 2 the same pitcher? Okay. That's will you throw some cigars for me, please? Yeah, I actually had surgery playing this wonderful game. Yes, ma'am, I did. I blew my knee out. Yeah, it's crazy blowing your knee out playing baseball. That's a football injury. Ma'am? Both. Baseball. I played a little basketball as well. Oh, yeah, we play basketball religiously. All right, ball's in.
Welcome back to beautiful Snowden Grove Park here in Southhaven, Mississippi, home of the Dizzy Dean World Series, and this is a wonderful facility, folks. A beautiful batter's eye. A great background for the hitters here on this field in Complex C, the site of the 12-year-old All-Stars this week. And leading things off for the 12-year-old Huffman All-Stars, the catcher, Cameron Grant. And it's lined up the middle, base hit. Grant, first pitch swinging, and he rips a single up the middle.
Now, slowly go to your left and zoom in on the first guy slowly. Because you're still on the line, but I kind of want to get the shot at that.
This will bring up the shortstop, number 24, Steve Brown. He's first pitch swinging, goes to the second baseman. They'll try to get the force at second. They do. That will be from Zach Woods at second to the shortstop, Kobe Mann. Runner on first, 1 down. Amar Sessions, the first baseman. Salamanca stretches. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and no throw down to second. Brown takes second base easily. Chopped foul down the third baseline. Opening game here of the 12-year-old freshman league Dizzy Dean World Series. The host, Southhaven All-Stars. Out in the field, they trail 1-0 here in the top of the second. Steve Brown on second base, drawing the attention of the pitcher, Ramiro Salamanca. A ball to Amar Sessions, first baseman for Huffman. And this one is fouled back this way off the screen. Brown was off with the pitch. Appeared he might have had third base stolen, but the foul ball from Sessions will push him back to second base. Salamanca sets. Kicks and delivers, and that one's outside. Sessions will take third easily. Or excuse me, Brown will take third easily as Sessions is the batter. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on third base, Huffman leading 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. 2 gone now, and this will bring up the right fielder, Malik Grant. He squares around as if to bunt. The ball gets away from the catcher, Chris Mann, but a fairly close backstop here makes advancing to score on these 70-foot bases a little tougher. 1 ball, no strikes to Grant. Brown at third base. 2 gone, top of the second inning. And Grant offers. Strike called. Let's see if we can listen in a little bit here on Jeremy Munns, our home plate umpire. Nice pitch there from Salamanca.
Get up.
This one gets away, and Brown will come across. As you can hear, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that wild pitch was enough to allow Steve Brown to score from third. 2-0 now, Huffman on top. Changeup upstairs. The count runs full. 1 run in, nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss, got him with a fastball. But the Huffman All-Stars tack on 1 more at the end of 1.5. They lead Southhaven 2-0.
up. I mean, he still ain't scooting up far enough. Just tell him, listen to me. I keep telling you.
Welcome back to the Dizzy Dean World Series here in Southhaven, Mississippi, America's game. We're ready for the bottom of the second inning. Huffman All-Stars leading 2-0 over Southhaven. Buddy Kinney, the left fielder, will lead things off for the Southhaven All-Stars. You could tell by our shot as we came back that the wind is nil at the moment. Flag's just barely moving at all. But a perfect day for baseball, at least here at 9:30 in the morning. So we are ready to go for the bottom of the second. Richard Cantrell delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. Down low will even the count at 1-1 strike. Good eye there from Kinney. Strike 2 on the outside corner. The outfield deep in center. Not so deep in right as Kinney stays in there. But, I thought he had tipped it. Instead, it is strike 3 swinging. So 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the second. I thought he'd foul tipped it, but apparently not. So this will bring up Zach Woods, the second baseman, and he's swinging on the first pitch, a fastball in there from Richard Cantrell. Grounder to short. Brown comes up with it, fires across to first for the out. 2 up and 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. This will bring up the center fielder, number 28, Connor Guidry. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Cantrell. Another one right down the middle. Guidry finds himself in a no balls, 2 strikes count. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. 3 up, 3 down. A pair of strikeouts there in the bottom of the second for Richard Cantrell. At the end of 2 complete. The Huffman All-Stars 2. The Southhaven All-Stars 0. Welcome back to the 2018 Dizzy Dean World Series here at Snowden Grove Park in Southhaven, Mississippi. Hey, we want to thank some of our fine sponsors here. Schutt Sports. Are you wearing the best? Schutt Sports is baseball's fastest growing batter's helmets, America's best helmets for America's best players. Schutt Sports. Baden Sports. The coaches and players' choice for 30 years has been Baden Sports. Baden, the official baseball for ages 6 through 13 in the Dizzy Dean World Series. Leading off things for the Huffman All-Stars here in the top of the third will be leadoff hitter, number 11, David Anderson. Salamanca delivers. First pitch is low and away, ball one. Here's the windup and the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Got him with an inside fastball there. One-two delivery. Call. Strike three on the outside corner. One up and one gone here in the top of the third. And this will bring up the pitcher, Richard Cantrell. He had an infield single his first time up. He looks at a strike on the outside corner. Popped up in the infield. Fought is going to grab it. 2 up and 2 gone here in the top of the third. Salamanca looks and winds and delivers. First pitch swinging is Urquhart, and Fought will take it himself. So we have a quick 3 up, 3 down inning. At the end of 2.5, the Huffman All-Stars 2, the Southhaven All-Stars nothing.
Y'all was in this as 11s last year, wasn't you? Yeah, you had us in championship last year. You need to tell that guy. Actually, look, go tell that umpire right there because he has the lineup, and we need to tell the book as well. Did they give you the pitch and change? 24, I do believe, but hold on. You got 24 going to the mound, correct? Is that who y'all finna go? Yeah. 24 going to the mound. Thank you, sir.
The 2018 Dizzy Dean World Series. Hey, we want to thank some of our fine sponsors. David Sunflower Seeds. Get in the game. From the stands to the outfield, everybody loves the taste of David seeds. Each player in the Dizzy Dean World Series received a bag of David Sunflower Seeds. Also, Rawlings Helmets. They have provided the helmets for the 12-year-old division here in the Dizzy Dean World Series. Rawlings Equipment, thank you. Bottom of the third coming up. Leading off for the Southhaven All-Stars will be the shortstop, number 9, Kobe Mann. Huffman scored 1 in the top of the first, 1 in the top of the second. So far, no hits for Southhaven. They reached with 3 bases on balls in the bottom of the first. Gavin Gary was picked off at second. But after the third walk, Huffman changed pitchers, and now Richard Cantrell has come in and settled things down for Huffman. Cantrell looks in, sets, and deals. First pitch upstairs. Ball 2. Strike called. Man looks at one right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike. We have a new pitcher on for Huffman, number 24, Steve Brown. And Kobe Mann looks at ball 4. He will take first. Sometimes the coaches will change pitchers simply because of the pitch limits that are put on players here in the Dizzy Dean World Series. So Brown is now the pitcher, Mann on first. And Gavin Gary, the leadoff hitter, right fielder, steps in. Mann takes second base. The ball gets away from the catcher. So a runner on second with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Strike called, 1-1 to Gary. Strike 2 on the outside corner. That one a little bit away. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this one is fouled down the first baseline. We'll see how the defense was affected by the pitching change, as Brown was playing shortstop. Upstairs, runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let's hear from this payoff pitch. Not much to say when it's in the dirt. Runners at first and second now for Chris Mann. Kobe Mann on second. Gavin Gary at first. Kobe Mann running with the pitch. It's fouled away. 0-1. So Steve Brown is your pitcher. We have a new right fielder, apparently. So Nigel Cosby has moved into right field. Strike called on the inside corner. Brown poured that one in there. Brown spins around to throw back to second. Kobe Mann back with a good head first dive. And he steps back, and they've got him in a rundown. The ball is dropped by the third baseman. Now Mann's going to try to get to third, and he is going to be tagged out at third base. Wow, a nice pickoff and move from Steve Brown as he threw it to the shortstop. They had Kobe Mann in the rundown. The third baseman couldn't handle the throw, so Mann decided to try to advance to third. The third baseman picked it up, threw to the pitcher, slapped the tag down. That goes 1-6-5-1 on the pickoff. This is lined into right field. It's a base hit, and up with it is Nigel Cosby. He fires home, and a nice arm from right field. Cosby just in the game threw a bullet into the catcher, Cameron Grant. So that pickoff, the second time they've been picked off at second base in this ball game, perhaps cost them a run. First and third now for Ramiro Salamanca. Brown steps off. Wouldn't be surprised to see Chris Mann running over at first base. He is running. And the throw will go right back to the pitcher, and Mann safely takes second and third with one out on the batter, Ramiro Salamanca. Inside, and it got him. Believe it got him on the wrist, but he doesn't even want to rub it. Now he will a bit. Oh, he says it got him up next to the elbow, and he's okay. So that will load the bases, and it looks like we may have another pitching change. We do. Brown will move back to shortstop. And I believe we're going to have D'Angelo Barber coming in from third base to pitch. We'll take a short break and be back with more of the Dizzy Dean World Series from Southhaven, Mississippi.
Two more.
Hey, welcome back. We'd like to thank The Game Baseball Caps, authorized supplier of Dizzy Dean. The Game supplies official baseball caps to all teams that reach the Final Four in the Dizzy Dean World Series. Southern Athletic Fields, dirt, you gotta love it. Infield mixes, 5-star packing clay, field conditioners, warning tracks, infield top dressing, and field accessories. Southern Athletic Fields. Now pitching for the Huffman All-Stars will be number 28, D'Angelo Barber. We'll catch up on the other changes in the field. I know that Steve Brown went back to shortstop. The batter is Connor Fott, the first baseman. He looks at a ball with the bases loaded and one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss. Big cut on a nice fastball from D'Angelo Barber. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two the count. Let's listen to Jeremy Munns. That one got away from Cameron Grant, but no runners advance.
2-2. Three.
Called strike 3 from Jeremy Munns. So Fott goes down looking. 2 outs, bases loaded. And here comes number 7, the third baseman, Christian Hope. Ball down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Gavin Gary at third, Chris Mann at second, Ramiro Salamanca on first. 2 down, Christian Hope at the plate. Swing and a miss. Some good old-fashioned country hardball right there. Barber just throwing it by him. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 3 straight fastballs pumped right by him, and that will end the threat. No runs, 1 hit, 3 runners left on base at the end of 3 complete. The Huffman All-Stars 2, Southhaven All-Stars nothing.
Number 13's pitching. Is that a new pitcher? I got it. Thanks, Coach. Hey, bad thing about being, having this on, usually I pour water all over me and stuff. I don't want to fry me. I don't want to get shot. Oh, I don't know where that went. Oh, it went through the hole right there. You see that? Ball went through the fence. Yeah, it went up under the fence. Yeah. Hey, 13 is. We got it.
The Dizzy Dean World Series would like to thank Louisville Slugger, the official bat of Major League Baseball. Own the plate, maximum speed, extreme power, ultimate balance. Louisville Slugger. Also, awards of excellence. They have trophies, medals, engraving, and other items of recognition. This year's Awards of Excellence plaque for Sportsmanship Award was given to, in the 9-year-old division, the Southhaven Outlaws. Thank you, Awards of Excellence. New pitcher on the mound for the Southhaven All-Stars will be number 13, Zach Woods. Leading off things for Huffman in the top of the 4th will be number 28, D'Angelo Barber. He came in relief that last inning and threw some heat. Struck out a pair with the bases loaded. So Woods will move in to the mound, and it looks like Salamanca just moved to second. They just switched positions, I believe. Our scorekeeper down there today is Tucker, and he is a fine young man, just graduated from high school, going to Mississippi State on an academic scholarship. Woods delivery outside, ball 2. And I believe Tucker got the game-winning hit to win the state title. Woods sets and delivers, swing and fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that one's up and in, ball 4. Barber with a leadoff walk for Huffman. This will bring up Anthony Williams. And Barber wastes no time going down to second. He steals on ball 1 to Williams.
Already subbed him into the game.
Right.
Last batted out.
The last batted out.
Yes. For your catcher only.
Jeremy Munns
All right, here we go.
talking it over there with Richard Cantrell about the
All right, here we go,
courtesy
here we go.
runner for the catcher.
All right, we're good. Play.
And now we're going to talk it over between the umpires to make sure it was okay. Oh, we also now have a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
That's what I told him. That's what I told him. That's what I told him. That's what I told him.
Right.
I told him that.
So it
Play.
looks like Barber will stay out at second base. 1 ball, no strikes. Chop to short. Barber runs over to third. The throw over to first will not be in time. An infield single. Anthony Williams beats that one out as Kobe Mann might have been distracted a little bit there by the base running of D'Angelo Barber. Nice job by Barber. First and third, nobody out for the catcher, Cameron Grant. And this is grounded to third. Hope picks it up, fires across to first for the out, but scoring is Barber, and Williams, who is running on the pitch, will stay at second base. So a ground out from Christian Hope over across the diamond to Connor Fott. 1 down, runner on second, and it makes it 3-0 Huffman All-Stars. Big cut there from Steve Brown. Looked like an attempt at a curveball outside. 1-1 the count to Brown. They'll throw back to second base, and Williams gets back rather easily. That one gets away from the catcher, Chris Mann, and Williams will move on up to third base. So with 1 out, 1 run already in, and a runner on third base, We'll have another conference between the umpires.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 coaches out the dugout on defense, and they should be in the dugout. I'm talking over here.
Yeah.
You got, one of them can't be nobody out the dugout on defense.
I got you. I got
defense,
Coach,
We'll have a discussion here
hey,
with
just none of y'all can be out of the dugout on defense. All y'all got to be in the dugout. Just one bucket inside the doorway. He's fine.
little housekeeping issue there to make sure the coaches are in the dugout when they're on defense. Pitches outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Steve Brown. Anthony Williams, infield single, is on third base now with 1 out. Brown rips one into center, and that'll be a base hit. Williams will score. Brown thinking about 2. He'll stop at first. Nice swing there and a line drive to center field. An RBI single for Steve Brown makes it 4-0 Huffman over Southhaven. Now batting number 5, Amar Sessions. He looks at a strike. Swing and a miss. The runner goes to second, no throw, or their throw does go down, but no chance really, as Stephen Brown had that one walking into second base. Swing and a miss, got him with the high fastball. 2 gone now as in steps number 1, Craig Desmond. Desmond moved into the lineup earlier in the ball game. That pitch is inside and close play down at third base, but Brown slides in safely. Pair of stolen bases this time on the base pass for Steve Brown. So we have a runner on third, 2 outs. Craig Desmond, the batter. Upstairs. Four nothing the lead for Huffman. Strike called on the outside corner. And another strike called, this one on the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on, 2 runs already across here in the top of the 4th. Outside will run the count full as Mann throws down to third. Brown enticing the throw from Mann back easily. Full count with Nigel Cosby on deck for the Huffman All-Stars. And that's ball 4. So this will bring up Nigel Cosby. First and third, 2 outs. He's first pitch swinging, fouled back. And the ball gets away, and in will come Brown to score. That will make it 5-0 Huffman. Desmond on second. Cosby swings at one, maybe a little bit outside, but he wanted to rip that to right center field gap, I believe. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Desmond on second. Cosby at the plate. Zach Woods sets and delivers. And this one is popped up in the air in the infield. No problem there for Connor Fought. That will retire the side. However, the Huffman All-Stars put up 3 more. At the end of 3.5, they lead 5-0.
Pitcher and catcher, hustle up. Catcher, I say yeah, but he might have been wanting to switch catchers next inning or something. Yeah, that's right. That's why he asked me pitcher catcher only, and I said yeah. So yeah. How much time we have left? Good 30 minutes left. Balls in.
Welcome back to the Dizzy Dean World Series. Got to appreciate the efforts of the umpires of this Dizzy Dean World Series. They put in a lot of work, and on a warm day like today, if they work 2 or 3 ball games, that's a tall order when it's 95 degrees outside. 5-0 our score here. Huffman on top. D'Angelo Barber on the mound for Huffman. Leading things off will be a pinch hitter now, number 12, Carson Stevens, batting for Buddy Kenny. We'll also have, coming into the lineup, Harrison Ivy will be replacing Gavin Gary. Barber working from the stretch. Upstairs, ball 2. Strike called. Strong arm out there on the mound shown by D'Angelo Barber. Another strike evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And strike 3. Caught looking was Stevens. 1 up and 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. Zach Woods is your batter. One ball, no strikes to Woods. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing, and that will make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barber throwing some heat out there for the Huffman All-Stars. And speaking of heat, it's about 90 degrees right now and just warming up as another called strike 3. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. As a matter of fact, D'Angelo Barber has come in and faced 4 batters. He struck them all out, and now they'll want to make sure he doesn't go over that pitch limit, so we're going to have a change in pitchers. Pretty nice job there by D'Angelo Barber. 4 hitters, 4 strikeouts. We'll have a new pitcher. We'll come back in just a minute.
That's the only thing bad about this pitch count stuff. As soon as they get in their rhythm, it's time to go. Huh? Per game? Per week? Y'all hustle up, guys. Oh, here you go, coach. Coach. Hey, get you 2, bud. Come here and catch you 2. 2 more.
Anthony Williams will be the new pitcher for the Huffman All-Stars, and we also have a change in catcher as Nigel Cosby moves in from right field to put on the catcher's gear. D'Angelo Barber back out to third, Steve Brown at short, Sessions still at first. Cameron Grant, the catcher, number 2, is now out in the outfield at right field, and that should do it for the changes. I think we have Urquhart in center, Desmond in left, 2 outs, and the batter is number 28, Connor Guidry. So closing out the book on D'Angelo Barber, pretty nice line for a pitcher. 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts, including coming in and striking out 2 in the bottom of the third with the bases loaded. Ball upstairs. 5-0 the score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Some words of advice from the dugout. Again, the coaches for Huffman, Richard Cantrell, assisted by Will Sessions, Steve Brown, Charles Hawkins, and Roderick Grant. Strike called on the outside corner. Williams sets, kicks, and deals. Guidry tries to get out of the way, and he'll go down to first base. So, 1 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. This will bring up the shortstop, Kobe Mann. Time called as Guidry dives back into first base. Williams looks in, now comes to the stretch and delivers. Throw down to second is not. Oh, they got him. The throw was right on the money. They challenged Nigel Cosby, and he fired a strike down to second base. Steve Brown puts the tag on, and that will retire the side. At the end of 4 complete, the Huffman Alabama All-Stars 5, Southhaven nothing.
All right, balls in, guys.
We're ready for the top of the 5th inning here at Snowden Grove Park in Southhaven, Mississippi. Glad you're joining us here on the Dizzy Dean Baseball Network. I'm Ted Rutan. We've got a 5-0 ball game as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Richard Cantrell will be the leadoff hitter this inning for the Huffman All-Stars. Huffman has done a nice job defensively. They've only allowed one hit. The pitching has been streaky. They've also given up 5 walks and hit a batter. But defensively, they've picked 2 guys off second base and thrown out an attempted steal at second base. So good defensive awareness by the Huffman All-Stars. Zach Woods on the mound for Southhaven. Richard Cantrell looks at ball 1 outside. Woods sets, kicks, and deals. 2 balls, no strikes. That one will go behind Cantrell. Smartly ducks in away from the pitch. 3-0 the count on the leadoff hitter here in the 5th. I'm sure Huffman would like to tack a few more on if they could. A get-me-over strike there. 3 balls, 1 strike to Cantrell, and he'll look at another one. Must have been taking all the way. And fouled off. Count will remain full. Inside ball 4. So the leadoff man aboard for the Huffman All-Stars. This will bring up Braxton Urquhart. Cantrell at first. Woods sets. Cantrell steals. No play on him down at second base. And this is grounded. Shortstop man will fire across to first, and it will not be in time, and Fott couldn't come up with it. So another infield single puts runners at first and third with nobody out. Actually, Urquhart moved on down to second as that ball bounced away from Fott. So second and third with nobody out. And D'Angelo Barber looks at what it's outside, and in will come Cantrell to score. It is now 6-0 Huffman with the lead. Woods throws over to third, trying to keep an eye on Urquhart. Strike called, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one gets away, but Chris Mann able to track it down quickly enough. No chance for Urquhart to advance on that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Barber looking to get something to rip. He has singled, walked, scored a run, and as a pitcher, he faced 4 hitters, struck them all out. This one goes to the backstop. Here comes Urquhart and a play at the plate. He is safe. Man got back there quickly. but Urquhart got a good jump, and it is now 7-0. Huffman on top. Three balls, one strike. The count on D'Angelo Barber. And that one's outside. Ball 4. There's a ground ball in the hole, base hit. Barber motoring on to third. The throw comes into third, and Williams will move up to second base on that throw. So a sharp single to left. Second and third, nobody out. This will bring up Cameron Grant. Grant was the catcher, and then last inning switched out to right field. He looks at a ball. Second and third, nobody out. 7-0 the score. Zach Woods sets and delivers outside. Ball 2. And we're going to have timeout and perhaps a conversation on the mound. And we're going to have a pitching change. While we have this pitching change, let's take a short break. We'll come back and let you know who will be on the mound. You're watching the Dizzy Dean World Series in Southhaven, Mississippi.
Nah, we got plenty still. Thank you. Two more. How much time we got left? Well, at least we're not going to play a whole nother inning. Yep. All right, here we go, guys. Hustle up, guys.
Kobe Mann is your new pitcher for Southhaven. He will come in from shortstop. Zach Woods will move back to second base. And Ramiro Salamanca will move over to shortstop. Nobody out. Runners on second and third for Cameron Grant. Cameron has singled and grounded out to third. And this one is in the air in the infield. Salamanca battles the sun, makes the catch, and one out here in the top of the fifth. This will bring up the shortstop, Steve Brown. Upstairs, ball one. Swing and a miss. Brown took a big rip at that one. One ball, one strike, one out, two runners on, 7-0 the score. And this one is fouled back.
1-2.
The outfield playing him to pull. Pretty big gap in left center. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase one. They say it's a foul tip. That is a swing and a miss, but it gets away from the catcher. Brown will take first. Barber comes in to score, and now Brown is just going to trot on down to second without a play. So that is a strikeout. A run scores, and no outs on the play. We still have runners now at second and third with one out. Amar Sessions, the batter. Sessions squares as if to bunt, and he does bunt, and it's a nice bunt down the first base line. There will be no chance for a play there by Mann. Perhaps caught off the base now is Brown, and he is tagged out at third. So a run scores on a base hit bunt by Sessions. Williams came across to score. Brown, a little aggressive on the base paths, was thrown out at third base by the catcher. So now Sessions at second, two outs, 9-0 the score. And this is a big spot here as it is a 10-run rule, perhaps in play. 9-0 the score. Craig Desmond, the batter. That ball's upstairs. The throw down to third is not in time, and it goes into left field. Unable to get up in time, however, was Sessions. So he's at third base with two outs. Desmond, the batter. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to Craig Desmond. Outside. 3-1 the count. Kobe Mann the pitcher, Chris Mann the catcher. Upstairs, ball 4. And Desmond is just going to take off to second base. No throw down there. So quickly we have runners at second and third with 2 outs, and this will bring up Nigel Cosby. Nigel came into the game, played right field. You could tell he had a strong arm when he threw into the plate. He's since moved in to be the catcher, and he threw a runner out at second to end the bottom of the 4th. 9-0 the score. Huffman on top. Ball high. 1-0 to Cosby. And this ball is hit to shortstop. Salamanca, beautiful backhand, and the throw across to Fott for the out. Great play by Ramiro Salamanca to end the threat. However, the Huffman All-Stars put up 4 more. They lead 9-0 coming into the bottom of the 5th.
I just don't like starting a whole new inning with a couple minutes left. Damn, we should have went with his clock then. Huh? We should have went with his clock then. What do you got? Like 2 minutes or something? Hey, I'm just gonna let him start putting his stuff on. They still getting him dressed. No. Yeah. What's out?
Bottom of the 5th inning for the Southhaven All-Stars. Kobe Mann will be leading things off. Kobe was the shortstop for much of the game and has come on to pitch there in the 4th and 5th innings. Excuse me, he came on in the 5th. Anthony Williams is on the mound for the Huffman All-Stars, and this being the first game in this Dizzy Dean World Series for these teams, they want to keep the pitch counts down, generally speaking, so they can save their pitchers. Beautiful day for baseball. Bright sunshine, very little breeze. I'm sure that later on the fans would appreciate more of a breeze. 275 down the lines here at Snowden Grove Park, 300 feet in center. First pitch, inside ball 1. Strike called on Kobe Mann. Another strike called as Williams pours in another fastball. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing a low and away fastball for the first out of this 5th inning. Harrison Ivy looks at a ball. Williams looks in at the sign, comes to the stretch and delivers outside, ball 2. Three and 0 the count now. Williams, and this one's down the middle. 3 balls, 1 strike. And got him right there. Swing and a miss. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Called strike on Chris Mann. Upstairs and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're going to have a chat on the mound, and I believe we may, due to pitch count, change pitchers one more time, and we will. So we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll let you know who the new pitcher is for the Huffman All-Stars. They lead 9-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
He just got going. But yeah, it is for protecting the kids most definitely. How many y'all allowed? Yeah. 85. Oh Lord. Yeah, right. Maybe even 40 with 12-year-olds. 40's about a good number for 12. Because when I do like competitive tournaments out here during the summer, that's where most of their coaches put them on 40 pitches. Yeah. Yeah. Don't overdo it. Hey, that's fine. Man, this sweat bee keeps landing. Come on now. You ready? All right, here we go, guys. Hey, bud, 2 outs, 1-1. One more. Play. Oh.
The new pitcher for the Huffman All-Stars, their 5th pitcher of the ball game, as a matter of fact, will be Cameron Grant. He started off the game as the catcher. But these coaches will move players around and try to keep pitch counts down. The first pitch swinging, one hopper to the shortstop, over across to first, and that will pull Sessions off the bag. Brown made a nice play in the infield, but his throw was a little too high. Sessions could not keep his foot on. So there's a runner on first now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. This will bring up Ramiro Salamanca, who made a beautiful play in the top of the inning. The backhander and the throw across to get the speedy Nigel Cosby to end the threat for the Huffman All-Stars. Stolen base there for Chris Mann. 1 ball, no strikes on Salamanca. Strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, our second game in today's action will be the Grenada Youth All-Stars taking on the Sandy Plains Red Cougars. That will start at approximately 11:30. Grant sets, delivers. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball fouled back off the backstop. That will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes. Cosby's throw down to third, not in time. Good jump out there on a stolen base for Chris Mann. So 2 outs, runner on third base. Third stolen base of the game, I believe, for Mann. And called, strike 3. That will end the 5th inning. We go to the final inning, the 6th. The Huffman All-Stars leading 9-0 over Southhaven.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, good luck to y'all, man. Good luck to y'all, man. I enjoyed it. Good luck to y'all. I gotta go over here and get my phone off the table, give them the mic back.
Folks, we will not get to the 6th inning because there is a time limit. This has reached the time limit. So the final score, the Huffman Alabama All-Stars 9, Southhaven All-Stars nothing. An outstanding pitching performance. 5 different pitchers for the Huffman All-Stars. They had 9 runs on 8 hits, left 4 men on base. For Southhaven, they had no runs on 1 hit. They left 6 runners on. They had 3 runners either picked off or thrown out on stolen base attempts. We'll come back with a visit from one of the players from the Huffman All-Stars. You're watching the 2018 Dizzy Dean World Series in Southhaven, Mississippi.
Where's these people at I gotta give this thing to? This microphone. Hey, man, am I supposed to give you this microphone? Not behind the plate, I'm not. I'll be back out here, but not behind the plate.
Welcome back to the Dizzy Dean World Series. The Huffman All-Stars, a 9-0 winner over Southhaven, and we're joined by D'Angelo Barber. D'Angelo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good way to start the tournament, right?
Yes, sir.
You started off at third base. You had a couple of hits, and also you came in to pitch. What was it like to come in the middle of the game to pitch right there?
Oh, my coach put me on the mound. I just knew I had to strike some people out to help my team, so we go back in the dugout and hit the ball.
You guys threw 5 different pitchers. You didn't last very long out there on the mound, only 4 hitters, and you got every one of them.
Yes, sir.
So did you just basically want to go out and challenge them with fastballs and throw strikes?
Yes, sir.
A good way to start. I know the Huffman All-Stars last year finished runner-up, so that gives you guys something to shoot for.
Yes, sir.
So you know all about the team from last year?
Yes, sir.
And some of those guys are playing there in the 13-year-olds, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're trying to make your mark here in the 12-year-olds. Congratulations again on a good opening win, and best of luck to you the rest of the Dizzy Dean World Series.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, thank you, D'Angelo Barber. That's going to do it for our coverage for the first game. The Huffman All-Stars win 9-0. Our next game coming up, the Grenada Youth All-Stars taking on Sandy Plains. You're watching the Dizzy Dean World Series here on the Dizzy Dean Baseball Network.